All right, and YouTube should be live now as well. Welcome, welcome. And we're going to be playing some green. We're going to be playing a lot of green today to help clear out our dailies. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Now I'm back in the sheets and I'm waiting. I'm wondering why the fire alarm's going off and getting up with my shoes on top. It was horrible. It was so horrible. Ow. Thank you, Jess. I know it's still not lined up correctly. Maybe you should work on them gains so you can actually throw it over here. But we are going to be playing green. Let's see, we can run some Titania out there. We got some other options. We got Cigar and all that. Honestly, we can go ahead and play Giant Woman. We can also have the budget deck that we've been messing around with. Good old Kona Rescue Beastie. Artisan Brawl is coming out next week, I believe, meaning that it is a commander deck with no rares in the 99 at least, I want to say. I believe it's in the 99. Not sure if they let the commander be not. But we do have a Kona deck that can fill that role. We have a Finn the Famer deck that I tweaked a little earlier today to have no rares, so that's the thing we can look at. We've got some oh right, that's right. Did I put in the Ancient Warden here? I feel like I finally have this deck working kind of the way that I want to. I keep forgetting that Titania has the 4-mana ability, but also we are at the point where we are getting her to flip, so that's pretty cool. Show me that green. Yes, Ancient Green Warden. The Green Warden is so cracked for this deck. It's a Crucible of the Worlds and a Panharmonicon for lands, and it has reach. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Probably have to end up getting out. Let's see. I think I put in the Behemoth specifically as a placeholder for the Warden, right? Right. It's worth holding on to the Behemoth thing. I'm trying to think if there was anything that. I don't think so. In fact, I think the Brawler. So today we are just gonna relax and yeah, kind of like I was just seeing it a minute ago. We woke up stupid early, like I think 7:30 in the morning because the fire alarm was going off, only to find out that it was a false alarm. Someone was just burning in their kitchen. We got to the car, right? Because my wife and I are putting our shoes on, running out to the cars because it's ass cold. There's snow on the ground. Maintenance staff tells us like the second that we start opening the car doors, hey, no, it's fine, it's cool. You can head back in. And we're like, well, okay, at least my wife's feet don't have to freeze because she was so wound up in panic that she decided to wear my Crocs instead of putting on actual shoes. But like, hey, you know what? Who hasn't been there before? To lose. Whenever it enters dies, whenever you discard one of our cards, exile, and then when it dies, put them back into the hand. Send Crocs. Honestly, I wear Crocs. They were my Crocs. Like I'm actively drawing my my avatar with Crocs these days. This is not a great going in anything. You know what? Extra land drops. Okay. We can go to Titania with this. Assuming that the elf lives. That will not live. We could have seen that coming. Sprawl over here. Let's be drop Druid class. Then we can still go Oracle next turn. Oracle next turn. See if we can just get that land off the top of our deck. Like that's already value off the Oracle. They probably kill the Oracle now. Yeah, they killed the Oracle now. That's fine. We saw that coming. But the worst part of the whole fire escape thing, like if I'm being real, isn't even the whole we had to get up stupid early, although for my wife, you know, kind of is. Die, you just get the basket back. Let's see. It's to solve you can play. Just played it. The worst part was that the fire alarm kept going for a whole hour after the fact. That was obnoxious. I'm not really worried about life loss here. We've got Titania to, like, get a ton of life back. Rite of Oblivion, sacrifice, get back, exile the case. Exile the case. That's about right. And they got Vraska back, and Vraska turns creatures into treasures. Got this tireless perfect. Always gate to them. Probably just want to. And you know what? I will leave the Ghost Quarter up. Nair cleansing, my beloved. We're just up against Esper control. Is that it? Suffice it to say. If we just play Titania. I'm gonna pass the turn. So I ended up just spending all day draw a card, tap 2 lane. Yeah, they're taking over the game now. It was a hard day. It was a hard day for everyone involved. I didn't do any work outside just clearing off the top of my desk. Now you get to tap 2 lanes. Actually, hold on. Can't forget to seek this. They still have like the Rite of Oblivion, so O'Hare gets exiled forever. Silverback Elder. There's no point. Doing a whole lot. Disgusting. They've got Teferi out. They still have Vraska on hold. They've got Rite of Oblivion coming out. I need something really disgusting in order to come out. If I don't get a good draw on this next turn cycle, I think I'm just going to pick it up because I don't have the pressure to deal with Teferi and Vraska.
You know what?
That is Archway of Orzka. Let's see. Especially gets like a Titan of Industry. Alright, so what does this look like? It looks like grab a Titan of Industry. A shield count on a creature I control. Vraska's just gonna turn the Titan of Industry into the treasure. Nope, even worse, they're just gonna draw, proliferate. You're at 8 now, you just emblem whenever you draw a card. Now you exile my permanents forever.
Not do this lightly.
If you have land tax, that's not gonna grab a whole lot. Oh, you're just playing that so you can exile it with Rite of Oblivion, I see. So I have a Dust Bowl. Exile cards regardless. Do I have any reasonable shot of just like winning a War of Attrition like that? I don't think I do. Not if my top deck's Dust Bowl. Yeah, that was about as disgusting as we. Thank you for the lurk, Jess. Hope you had fun playing Final Fantasy. Yeah. Welcome back, Warrior of Light. Game it up, do. Ain't great to be crazy. Didn't I actually wonder what was going on? God damn it, Jess. Now that song's stuck in my head. Actually, were you even playing Final Fantasy today? Okay. Alright, we're up against OG the Exquisite Blade. This is going to be Blink. And this is not going to be anywhere near good enough. The Emerald Medallion doesn't accelerate into anything else meaningfully. Birds of Paradise into Restoration with Growth and Ring Backup? That's... let's just go Bird. Then we've got a couple of options. They're going Temple of Enlightenment, which means... oh, dare I. This is, like, potentially really greedy. But I'm gonna do it. Oh, God. Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and take this now while I can. Take the acceleration, let Titania sleep for a bit, get ready to play the One Ring. The issue, though, is that they are going to play Skyclave Apparition and exile the One Ring, which is, as we say in the business, not bueno. Let's go ahead and play Titania. Play Titania. Play Lotus Field, sacrifice a couple of force. And then enters Restoration. Actually kind of to play that out the sacrifice I get. Maybe hold it up as like a potential cycling, but I would rather be able to play this out and then sacrifice it to the Restoration. Titania's gonna eat it. And by it, I mean whatever removal. Oh no, it's just Aether Channel. Okay, so they bounce the Tanya. That's the tempo for that is obnoxious. Let's think for a second. If I need the extra land drop, then how does Tranquil Thicket feel about that? I can still the One Ring to try and draw into a land that comes into play untapped. I think I need that more. Courtyard. Best. It's not the worst. Oh, we're gonna get back our money, so to speak. It is really problematic, though. I keep holding on to the One Ring, and I need to like play it ASAP. I need to play it very specifically, so that way we can start reloading. A Panharmonicon. That's a really dangerous card. And Kami the Band Group doesn't help out with that either. I have to. Alright, so we're gonna have protection from everything. That's cool. Kinra's transformation doesn't get there. I don't care about my life total as much. This is where things are gonna get stupid dicey. Took too long to play the One Ring, and now they have double triggers. If I'm lucky, all they do is try to play another doubler, try and get really greedy with Elishnorn, but they already have OG here. Thassa would be devastating. I can't stop an Oblivion Ring from taking away the One Ring. Okay, so it's an Overseer. That's going to draw him a couple of extra cards. That's not so bad. Like, I don't like that they're drawing 2 extra cards. But that's not an immediate answer. And I need to play this inspiration. Ephemerating the Aether Channeler. Alright, so that does give 2 bounce triggers. Another target non-land permanent. I might have to be. All right, what's this here? All right, Siren Storm Tamer. Okay. Not a pry bar. All right, no damage taken. That's great. You love to see a new land drop. So then, let's think about this. We've got this behemoth as well. Start going in. Kind of love that for us. I think we need to draw cards. Okay, now we have some acceleration. Now we're pogging. What is this? This is just like target spell or ability that targets you or a creature you control. Kendra's transformation is actually really bad. Go ahead, we'll drop the Tanya. Here's land for turn. Safekeeper. I will go ahead and play out the Kami now. Because you can put out the Citadel. Citadel has to pay for activations. And that's going to be 2 more cards on the Overseer. Really bad. I mean, I guess I'm not going to bounce the 1 ring because that just makes no sense to give me continuous protection. Oh, now they have to respond if they want to get rid of Titania. This. Interesting that they used it on the Chandler there and not just Overseer. They're trying to like slow me down so that I have a chance to like continuously set up, but they already have so much gas with the Panharmonic on. I'm not sure it wouldn't have been better just to use the Ephemerate to draw 2 more cards off the Overseer. Alright, there's OG. Scry 2, gain 2 life twice. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, exile up to 1 target creature, so they don't get it this turn since Ephemerate was their first one. Kimber transformation does target OG. Could also try and like forehand. I think I play the Sylvan Safekeeper now. They get a chance to respond. Faithful Absence. Draw some cards. Don't really have like play on top of that other than sacrifice forest, get some life, get 2 more forest out. Also, they're completely tapped out. That's not nothing. Go ahead, sacrifice that Kami. Get some more lands. Try and like get to the point where we can cast a Cityscape Leveler. Got 3 more mana to use potentially. Get the redraw. 2 more lands. Pass. I mean, the great thing about Titania is that she does just give us the life buffer to continuously use the 1 ring. We're really trying to make sure we dodge out of anything that just gives them infinite blink value. I need to trade. Sylvan's. Silvathip so we'll draw. I think I am. I think I'm going to drop Safekeeper. Give me that Chandler. Alright, there's Nyambi. Nyambi comes in, choose a target knowledge because that was put into your graveyard from the battlefield. Rude. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, draw a card. And then the ability triggers only once. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Oh. That is disgusting. Nyambi, why? Why are you, like, just strictly better Samwise? Not a thing that should happen. I don't know how we keep something like this. Kogla might be how we keep up with something. Try. 3 cards left in hand. 4, 7. Got quite a few. Trying to think. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. We could Kogla into Archdruid's Charm, but that kind of assumes that we get a... Well, it exiles the Panharmonicon. That's not nothing. I've got the Cityscape Leveler. Would exile the Panharmonicon? Okay. I would like to make sure I'm double spelling this turn. We'll go Monkey. Monkey probably gets countered. Archdruid's Charm. Exile the Panharmonicon in response? No, it's just gonna fight. This is counter target spell or ability. Cast it into your Grave's turn. So Yami just gets it back potentially. They do get the just redraw the card. That's disgusting. Okay, and they're gonna counter it anyway. There's an Elvish Mystic. Then... You know what? Yes, exile that anyway. Like, they could absolutely, like, miscast this or something. And Harmonica gets really brutal if they do. No, they're just going to Patriarch Humiliation to Kogla. Okay. No, they're not getting double triggers. So that's a start. Omen of the Sea is going to dig a little Cleaver. They find like a Blink Spirit. Oh, they kept both of their cards. That's awful for me. That's actually awful. And then... The awkward thing is that they can just, like, blink Yambi. I think I need to preserve my life total here. Rather than trying to, like, get a cheeky trade. I need a chance to play Titania and get Titania to start popping off. Ace is pretty... Ancient Green Warden. Alright, well, we do get to play... We do get to make Uncounterable Elemental. Not no. We have 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could theoretically play Titania. That's the best option. We still have 6. We still have Cityscape Leveler. We Cityscape Leveler. Just need. Probably need. Case of the Locked House would let us get some stuff to... We're kind of like in a position where we just don't have a lot. Like for as many cards as we have surprisingly little agency. And like this is where they go ahead and play their reaction blink. Yambi's probably the best one to target first, because if they do any sort of blink shenanigans, they can just blink Yambi, get back whatever we had. The Aether Channeler is also going to draw a card if we hit that. Teferi's Protection. Alright. That does work, because now all they have to do is deal 3 damage to me. Yeah, I think we're on this one. Now we have to discard 3 cards, drop the behemoth. Catacomb's not going to help me out. Probably... Yeah, I'm trying to, like, math this out. I can block exactly OG... Oh, no, never mind. That's it. Yeah, okay. The Aether Channeler bouncing us did not help. I spent too much time futzing around and not enough time actually trying to get set up. Oh, crap. I think I already have that one. Rob, if I had gotten the 1 ring down a lot faster and been able to start drawing, I could have utilized our extra land drops a lot more effectively. Chulang. See, this is why people who think that Hell Q or exists are coping. Because Titania is absolutely not a commander that I think gets matched up against Chulang regularly. Let's see, that being said, Well of Lost Dreams. Trickster's Elk works pretty nicely against Chulang. We have some turns against them with Titania, and having both Cosmo and Well means that we are going to get to redraw really quickly. I think this hand is incredibly slow, but we're also up against an incredibly slow deck. We're probably going to end up having to leave with a Blossoming Tortoise because we're going to need to accelerate and fast. Having Argoth off the top is interesting. Not in any, like, significant way, but in a, well, at least we can... Now we can go ahead and go into the Taurus. Having that acceleration is actually really huge. Yep. Cultivate, meaning that Chulang can come down next turn. But if we drop the Taurus now, we do start accelerating much harder. Ooh, Perilous Vault. And we did. Windswept Heath, getting that before combat's pretty nice. Tyler's Provisioner. Don't really like seeing that on the opposite side. Because now they go into loot. Okay. It's just going to be banned. Get all the creatures. Well, we have Perilous Vault as a backup. If we can get to 9. Currently at 5. That helps out a little bit. Let's see. Currently at 5. Go to 6. Feel a creature with mana value less than or equal to number of lands you control and starts cheating them. That's scarier than Chulang. Actually be worse because Chulang can bounce. Let's go ahead. We'll play Titania. Titania comes out. Go combat. Swing with Blossoming Tortoise. We do hit. The draw mass a little. They're just gonna block with the. They're not gonna sacrifice their provision. As is their right, I guess. Not really popping Virtuous Strength right this second either. I'm trying to think if I want to crack the Windswept Heath. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're trying to draw into gas. 3 mana. This is return target creature or... Currently have the 6, 7 with the Birds of Paradise. Now, what they could try doing is going into Chulang and then immediately going into another creature to get value off that. No, they're playing Eric's Mythos. Yep. Okay, so loot's gonna get to just like completely pop off if we don't do something about that. Oh no, never mind. They're just gonna heckin' fight the board for us. I am a-okay with that. In fact, I will go ahead and I am a. Get back our turtle. Then play turtle. Grab me the oak. Hold on. We only have one untapped, right? Right. Have me. Now, sometimes what decks will do is they'll start chaining spells together for Eric's Methus and just use them as a. Oh no, they're going full emote. Never mind, they're going full degenerate. Outcast Trailblazer. That does not draw him another card with emote, but it does cantrip him mana. Emote is also just like really bad for us with Tulane on the board. 5, 6, 7. We need 2 more. Like, pop Perilous Vault the turn we play it. And we definitely want to play it. Tribute to the tree. What? Mana value is 6 or greater? They're gonna draw. With one more land, they can draw enough cards to completely refill their hand. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit, Sam. Yeah, we'll crash the Tortoise in. And we'll be able to pull out Castle. Oh, and they have the land too, so that way they can crack it and make the Mammoth a 5/5. Alright, yeah. Okay. This is where things are going to get dicey. 1, 2, 6, 7. That's literally all of Time Witness if I want that to be the case. The emote terrifies me with the Cascade. Trailblazer is also going to draw him a card with the Karaga. Just don't see the Karaga not doing the thing. If I play Virtuous Strength, then I am at the whims of them potentially hitting a Naturalize effect. If I get to untap with Virtuous Strength, then even though they're going to draw a bunch of cards, we're going to get the Perilous Vault and then immediately start setting up to try and catch up. I think I like the upside on that. Yep. Boon Wishgiver, go into Witch Enchanter. Did I? What did I say? What did I fucking say? Okay, that was a natural Cascade, so like that had to be the case. Am I dead? It's 19, 15 plus 9 is 24. I'm not quite dead. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to top deck and untapped land. I top deck an untapped land. Let's go. Now the opponent still has like 4 cards, 5 cards in hand. Yep, there's Tulane. Great. Somberwald Sage. They do get the draw and then put another land to play immediately. But life is significantly better than it was a second ago. We do have that. Let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second. I'm always elking Tulane. Somberwald Sage is like the biggest issue. Like no questions asked. He's also still a 3/3. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I have 7, 8. So I could tribute to the World Tree into Titania. I don't quite have time to set up the Well or Cosmos. I could also like Titan of Industry. kind of like Time of Industry here. Let's gain some life and then make Rhino. And then we'll try our best. Next turn. Growing Rites of Iltmoth does grab another creature. If they grab an elf, that's bad. Sylvala's bad. Karaga is still bad because they can just play Karaga. I'm kind of shocked. Karaga just completely refills their hand, right? Balagad, recovery. I might be the beatdown in this scenario. Might need to scenario. Well, there's an Archifor Ska. Not nothing. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. If I attack, they get to recast Chulang. But if I don't attack, then they're going to pull ahead a lot faster than I can. Alright. Yelka's now on board. We're here. Get to draw the extra card. Rack, this can only be spent on... Sacrifice and Forest. Alright, pass the turn. They're going to spend a turn to play Chulang. I'm going to spend a turn crashing in to play Titania, unless they very specifically have... Okay, they have Beanstalk Giant. That redraws them a card. They still have 6 mana. Still have X. X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Oh, that's disgusting. Forgot Sylvana does that. That is actually just like enough mana to replay Chulang. At least twice. We just have to hope that Titania wins, guesses the dream. Farewell? Alright, sorry. Okay, Farewell was, but they didn't exile the graveyard. Not sure if greedy or not. But with Chulang and Karaga, this is going to be really hard for us to catch up with. We have Vivian. Vivian's not going to do all. Have anything that graveyard? No. We got Prime Time. That's kind of it. Orb doesn't get us there. Alright, so 1, 2. How much mana do we have? We've got 7. Seven mana. Which one gets us going? This is what, 3? I can live with it. Cosmo Elixir probably would have been better. Alright. So let's hope that we manage to just dodge. Alright, Love Struck Beast makes a human. Alright. Didn't get to now cast the Love Struck Beast. Alright, Oracle the Alpha. They do draw before. That's a land. That's not a new creature. And notably, they spent their farewell and got rid of some of their best creatures, too. And also, Titania is going to transform this turn. Alright, that's another land. That's not a creature. They don't... they have enough mana to cast and play Karaga. Or, yeah. Like, add Karaga to hand and then play it. They're gonna do it. That's gonna completely refill their hand. Now that extra land is not looking so good. Okay. Mox Emerald. They've only got green floating. That's a Prismatic Vista. If that grabs blue and they time walk, I'm scooping. Well, that's blue. That's not time walk. Ugh. Alright. You've got 4 more mana to work with. Disgust. Wait, what? Pay 2 life. Whenever you cast a green permanent, put a 1 card on each creature you control? Okay, I learned something today. I thought that was just the creature that you were playing. Time Twister. About that. That effectively makes it so that way Titania absolutely does not trigger. But it does refill me as well. No blocks. You don't get to draw out the Well of Lost Dreams. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We've got Ulamog. That's a boon. Ulamog hits Chilang Goreclaw. Maybe the Defiler. Like, we're not out of this game yet. That's a blessing. Let's go ahead and take a redraw. Alright, then we get to draw 2 more. Sylvan Scrying is interesting. Just played land for turn. We need to cast Ulamog no matter what. So, Spelunking is a problem. I think we always hit that land. Absolutely always need to hit that land. I just... Honestly... I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. Unfortunately, with all the answers they have, they still only just have to, like, swing at, and we don't have enough life to survive that. What a surprising amount of fight. Sorry for getting... Just checking in with my wife. I do tend to get a little excited when we play these games. Like, Titania doing okay. That makes me happy. What else were we on about, though? Was I cooking something? I feel like I was. Yeah, Div Visit Visionary, right. Yep. I want to make a theme deck around all the different, whenever you cast instants and sorceries, ping one. I'm like 17 cards over. That'll be a fun one to try out. Got a bunch of stuff that's coming. And as far as like mastery passes go, 1, 2, 3 major levels left to go. Already burned through all our dailies. At this point, I guess we could just kind of play whatever catches my eye. Honestly, after getting stuck against the control roll non-stop, I kind of want to be the bully. Hey, Sraka. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Is that an emote version of your model getting eaten by ye old mimic? Yeah, that's what that looks like. Sraka mimic. Yep. Okay. Helga Skittish Seer. So it's gonna be another band. Sraka, you like a hurricane. That doesn't even make sense. There. This is a 3-land hand, but it's all white, much like Suburban. Lofty Denial. This one has the mana, but I don't feel good about the mana here. Fairy's Protection kind of helps a little bit. Lofty Denial means that we do have some amount of backup. This is counter target spell unless the controllers pay 1. I'm gonna hold that up. Fairy's Protection, we could potentially pitch to Solitude if we need to. Then, since they do have the Fear of God, you know what? I'm not gonna play at this Cold Steel Heart yet. I want to make sure we can play it in case they try and play anything on curve. Like this could be, let's see, it's 4 mana. Could be a Sowing Myco spawn. Hydroid Crisis. So they get to draw the cards. Just 2. I think they can have. Wash away. Just make that more blue. They're gonna poke us a bit for the 2. I don't care about that as much. Might also be holding up their own counter magic. In which case, we're probably gonna want to get to 7 in order to resolve our Ojutai with the Lofty Denial specifically. 7. That is fine. That is not a real card for our purposes. Currently at 4, 5, 6. Maybe I should have played the Flesh Ram specifically so we can hit the Surveil land like our opponent is now. But they don't have a lot of pressure on us. In fact, I might even want to try and go to 8 specifically so we can play the Wash Away. Because this is a soft counter. Karametra. That might be a real card. That does ramp up ahead. It means that they can start double spelling and go around whatever we try to do. I'm just going to crack this for basic island. Alright, so here's Ojutai. Now we've got to pay 4. And we can still pitch to Fairy's Protection for Solitude if we really need to. Poor man. They do want to lead the Crisis back. Specifically stop Ugin. And Helga's only going to get bigger if they cast something mana value 4. There's a Tails End. I'm not unhappy to see that. So then let's go ahead and hardcast is Solitude. Eat the Crisis. Go combat. Attack with the Dragon Lord Ojutai. Now we get to grab Teferi's Contingency. It's either Contingency or Hallowed Fountain. I think I'm going to take the Hallowed Fountain, because then we can go ahead and play Contingency. didn't look like they have any sort of instant speed. So that tells me that either they're holding a board wipe or they just have sixed. Sheltered by ghosts. They have the mana to pay for Lofty Denial. Does exile target non-land permanent a controls? Alright. We can also like tails in the trigger, right? I'm gonna tails in the trigger. It might still have removal. But Teferi's protection also works really strong defensively. Sheltered by ghosts. I don't know if that's the effect that we necessarily want to be. Oh wait, they could just fight the Dragon Lord now. Shit. All right. Well, that did happen. So now we have to get back up to what? 9 mana? 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's not ideal. I would love to play Dragon Lord again. But we might need the Teferi's protection. Just to live. Like, I'll bolt myself to use the Razorgrass Ambush if I need to. I guess using the Teferi's protection means that they just hold up the Voracious Hydra anyway. But then I can tails in that. I have a little bit more mana to work with. Alright, there's a Sad Bot. Sad Bot isn't really a card that you want to be playing in Brawl. It's just incredibly slow. I understand why a lot of the value decks run it, because it is just a lot of value. Let's see. I think I'm okay with just treating Solitude as gain additional life. They can still leave mana open to counter Ojutai. In which case, I'm going to want to play Ambush beforehand. That's the great hitch. This is what? I'm going to pay 1? Yeah, my soft permission is just crumbling right now. Dovin's Veto is very good. I guess I didn't have to bolt that in. It does mean that Teferi's protection is open, so we get a free attack in. I'd rather use protection this turn and give myself the leeway to hold up both Lofty Denial and Dovin's Veto for next turn. The opponent is just going to start completely outvaluing me unless I can dig in. Or something like a gift. Like, this is actually an awful position for a control deck to be in. Now, if all they do is swing in for 10, I'll take this. Because if I get to untap with Ojutai, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Especially if I can start hooking up time warps together. Because that is just like all Ojutai wants to do. It wants to dig for a time warp so it can play a time warp so it can get another attack in and dig for another time warp. Got 4 cards engraved. Alright. Play land for turn. Go combat. Swing in. Get the hit. Cyclonic Rift is pretty spicy. Brony Man, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. We've got 3, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got plenty. Cyclonic Rifting right now would be nice, but I think I just take the extra turn. All right, and there's our Plaza of Heroes. We're happy, really happy to see that. So, can we hit it again? Final Showdown is exactly what I want. Let's Let's see. All creatures lose all abilities. The creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. I think I'm going to do this during their up. Let's see. Yeah, we've got enough to do all this. How about going on a crime spree? This does make sure that the Solemn doesn't actually trigger and redraw him. Notably, Dragonlord Ojutai no longer has flying, so Lofty Denial isn't going to work as a tax option. I will also Teferi's Protection, again, so I can hold up the Veto and the Lofty Denial for next turn. And yeah. The Grey Henge is still going to, like, dig him out really nicely. Notably, I won't be able to fight over this if that's too late. I'm not surprised. It's still legendary, though? That's true. It's still legendary for the purposes of Plaza of Heroes, which... yeah, that does work. But I'm thinking very specifically of Lofty Denial here, which we play as a soft permission card. They have 5 mana left. We get to untap with the Dragonlord. Dragonlord's still not coming off the board. Like, I guess that is relevant if they end up getting any sort of sorcery speed. I guess I'd rather trade the Plaza than Teferi's, because Teferi's actually going to keep me alive in combat. Ripping Time Walk into Final Showdown, pretty good. When it's deep in the tank, they have enough mana to just replay Helga, and that's a redraw too. That does just completely shields down though in case I hit another Time Warp. If I hit any more Mythic wild cards, then I guarantee you I'm going to grab a Temporal Manipulation. Like I don't mind being that bastard. Yeah, I wanted to play blue I control, and I succeeded. All right, we'll just go ahead and give them like a little poke. Oh, I need to change the avatar here. I can actually play this on as Sarah now. Jolene is also just like a really, really strong catch-up card for them. Like if they go Helga, you get to draw another card, and put more lands into play. We got into the mid game pretty quickly here. I'm on Dust Door. I'm only at 5 life. Speaking of blue white, you've been playing Inias again. That Inias deck is really cool. Like the sudden disappearance gag and all that. Love it. Opponent's either like deep in the tank or we're getting roped. And like, hey, if that means I get another swing in here, I will take it. Well, we have a Doom Scar. Also got Soul Partition. I think I like playing Pull the Moon more. Don't really have anything to like pair it with, but I do want to get rid of. Tulane is bad. Grey Henge also bad. I think Tulane is actually just scarier. Unfortunately, I don't have a non-land permanent in my hand to keep this with. I guess I could have just like March of Otherworldly Light Tulane for 5, then hit the Great Henge. It took Selfless Spirit out of the iteration. I see. March of Otherworldly Light, we're probably not going to play on this turn cycle. Unless they play something like that's super, super problematic. Okay, so here's another idea, right? The opponent might have disconnected Like that could have actually just been a genuine disconnection, and like, hey, you know what? If that happened, I am sorry. I am so sorry that happened. It's not a great feel. Do I just need to like, is that what I need to do? No? You're gonna do that regardless? Okay. What if I move a little further over here? Okay, now. If they disconnected, that's understandable. If they're roping, they must have drawn like literally nothing but lands. You found out you'd rather just draw more flyers than protect your board most of the time. Isn't Selfless Spirit a flyer though? What now? Checkmate, land turtles. There we go. That's a level up. That doesn't give us a card though, right? It just gives us random art style. Yeah, I'll take a heart. I'll take a cat art style. Even though it's not really like an art style, it's just the border extension. I think once we clear out dailies for on Friday set. Yeah, that seemed like the Helga deck seemed like it was getting a lot of value. They literally just must have like drawn nothing. Okay, Nissa, Resurgent Animist. Incidentally, normally this would be the week that we do the review, like my evaluation and going over all the past commanders. We're going first. Crossroads and Vantress are really awkward. Wrath of God helps us catch up though. I think I hold on to this. I think I play Fable Passage, Kraken now for Island. Play Crossroads on white and then hope that we get knocked into Prairie Stream. Hey, I'll take it. Now we can go ahead and remand whatever gets played this turn. Probably play the Crossroads first. They're both gonna come to play tapped regardless. So I'd rather get the Scry. Yeah, let's go ahead and time walk you. Ooh, a Dispel. Now it is mono green, so they're not necessarily gonna have all of the goodies. Let's go ahead and make sure that start digging for like. Oh, that's another one. Like that fetches a basic plains. That means that Prairie Stream comes into play untapped. And then as long as they tap out, we'll send them back with Wrath of God. Straight into Dragonlord Ojutai. And mono green's not going to have any way to interact with a hexproof dragon like that. Target creature phases out. I think yeah, let's go ahead and slip out the back Lotus Cobra. Very specifically, so that way they don't get a bestow card that hangs on after Wrath of God goes away. Why would you want one flyer that can protect your board when you can have flyers that are also counter spells? Or make other flyers for me? Hey, you know what? That's completely valid. We also have like mana here in case they decide to do some. We're probably eating 3 to the face next turn. This does get a little awkward. Although, having to spell open for Dragonlord Ojutai next turn. Worst. I mean, does kind of mean that we're free to what? Surveil? Surveil, play the Prairie Stream, Wrath of God. It's not exactly fast. Although, I guess it depends on if they leave 2 mana open. If they leave 2 mana open, that's a heroic intervention. That means wanting to play Dispel as well. I They leave the mana open, then yeah, we're gonna have to leave the spell. So then I guess it actually kind of works out. Oh, they are doing it. Okay. So then, yeah, we want to make sure Prairie Stream's online, so this is going to be a basic. Not a bad idea to grab basics against the monocolor deck anyway. Go ahead, drop the Wrath of God that they knew was coming. And then we've also still have River's Rebuke for next turn. Plus, now that we have this snow-covered island, we can go Dragon's Ward. Yep, okay, so there's Nissa. Here's the land drop. They get to grab the first elf or elemental they reveal after the search. If we're lucky, it's just a Landward elf. It is... No, it's a Shia. That is really bad. That is really, really, really bad for us. Fortunately, we do still have River's Rebuke. But they play a Shia. Shia's a forest. Triggers Nissa. Now, whenever they play a creature, that's gonna just continue stacking. I have to like pray that they. Oh, it's Vorinclex. Oh, Vorinclex is pretty big. Rebuke does not work on Ashaya. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so what do we hit off the top? Jawari Disruption and Brainstorm. Well, we also have Ultrawara Soaring. Oh, Rebuke doesn't work on Ashaya because it turns them into lands, and Rebuke says non-lands. That's true. That's true. The Brainstorm can shuffle away a couple of cards. It might need to be City. I'm trying to think right. Because we can't let him play Vortex. So go ahead. I will sacrifice 3 of my lands to get rid of this. Yep. Individual triggers. That is a bitch. We do have Teferi's Contingency for Vorinclex and Ashaya. I think I have to let the Ashaya go. Like the River's Rebuke, you're right. The Rebuke does nothing against Ashaya. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. This is gonna be tough. So they hit an Elvish Reclaimer. Reclaimer is fine. We don't care about Reclaimer. Or at least not yet. Vorinclex is probably the biggest issue, but I can also try and dig for something that... Okay. That's interesting. Now we have some interesting decisions to make. Temporal Trespass. We have 6 in the graveyard. I think that just means we grab Temporal Trespass. Like, this is removal. This means that they just never get to target Ojutai. We don't have the mana to play Elspeth, so I will gladly take the Temporal Trespass for now. Wait, no, that's 6. That gets us down to 5 or 2. Deal 1 damage to a target attacking creature. Activate only during the end of the step. Understood. With Temporal Trespass in our hand, I am really okay with just stare down now. We have Contingency, we have backup, we have Final Showdown to like wipe out anything that comes down. This is destroy all creatures. So as long as we counter the Vorinclex, we're cool. Ulamog. And hitting both of my lands, that is incredibly rude, but understandable. Have a good day. Well, Stubborn Denial is kind of like a counterspell. Would definitely not mind grabbing some more lands. Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares requires less investment. Misty Rainforest actually just gets us a little closer. We're going to take an extra turn, so I guess I'd take the Misty Rainforest here. Grab a new basic. And what? This is 6, 11, exile 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, you can kill a Shy by just taking away abilities with Showdown. That is absolutely true. Alright. This is March of Otherworldly Light. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not as big a fan. I guess I'll take the March. Got enough counter magic. Still trying to think. We can like River's Rebuke, bounce everything up. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we've got 6 mana. This is 6 to destroy all creatures. That's not good. That's definitely not good. 6, 7, 8. All right, we'll give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room with this. Pass the turn. They still have to like respect the fact that I might have counter magic. And with the Celestis, we do get to hold on to Ojutai. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 6, 7. You can also just like March of Otherworldly Light, exile the Showdown. That would be one. That would be enough actually. Let's see what they cast. All right, so they're gonna cast Other Vorinclex. Wait, Other Vorinclex that has reach. That's actually a problem. I have to exile the Vorinclex here. Otherwise, Ojutai is not going to get through. Take that. Exile, bounce back to their hand. I can still River's Rebuke. River's Rebuke still gets there. But I think this is probably... Because if I can connect and just hit like one time warp, then we're going to get there. Worst case scenario, Midnight Clock. Alright, can we get there? Cleansing Nova is not what I want. but it kind of works. The question just becomes, is that enough? I think I'm unfortunately in a position where that is what I have to do. Then we go... Alright, so they get to cast Vorinclex. I get to cry. Because I chose to grab a land instead of grabbing counter magic. And 4 of my lands are going to get locked down by River's Rebuke, and they're just going to replay the Vorinclex on the next turn. I had a chance to grab a Swords to Plowshares too, and opted not to. So, like, you know, really, really close on this one. Like, if they had one more card type in their graveyard, they could actually animate their Shifty Woodlands into an Ulamog and it smashed me. And there was just, like, nothing I could do against that. Yep, that's 6 mana. Oh, that's Surak and Goreclaw. So they can actually play Nissa. Nissa comes into play, gets a 4. Okay, yep, that's GG. That's GG, well played. Probably would have been a lot better off grabbing the extra removal in that scenario. It is what it is. Ulamog hitting both of my lands, though. That was brutal. That made it significantly harder to actually go off. And if I had done my math right, I might have actually put the temporal manipulation back. And would have just grabbed counter magic instead. It's hard to say. This is Soul of Windgrace. This is a nasty duder. Jund lands, even. Various protection, Spell Pierce, Lofty. No, this is not the hand we're going to need against a deck like this. Triple blue, Stroke stops Windgrace for like 8 turns. They're going to drop Mana Dorks to try and accelerate them out. I think we need to grab a little faster. Soul Partition and Solitary Defiance can help out a lot. Let's think here. The Get Law. The removal itself actually isn't all that fantastic, thinking about it. Weirdly, as weird as that is to say. Start with a 4. Honestly, our Delve cards are just going to get worse because they can take all of our lands from us. Maybe off with the Bujuko. Next turn, Windgrace comes down. Unless we like Soul Partition now. Might be worth. Because what they can do is they can go ahead, fetch land into Soul of Windgrace, immediately get that fetch land back, and then just play them again on the next turn. I think I'm into that. Not my favorite use of Soul Partition, but it slows them down just a little. Then let's see. Oh, they do pay the 3 for Landware Elf. Well. Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Did I get early access for Aetherdrift? I did not. Honestly, I lost the website link to apply for early access. Would have been neat, as the kids say. Let's not play the Polluted Delta and give them a chance to set up. I can wait to play the Solitary Defiance until after I've got Ojutai out. Spelunking. Yeah, no, we just want to keep them as slow as possible. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of looked at the early access and was like, I don't know how much I'm actually gonna get out of this if we're being realistic, because grab an island first of all. This doesn't mean that they just get to like take the polluted delta, but you know. Ah, no, no. There's no reason. I was thinking about just like playing Solitary Defiance, but I don't know. They're kind like they've got the right idea. They've got the right idea to just like play spells and force me to have counter magic and then burn through all my counter magic. So like I'm already running low. I'm just gonna play the Solitary Defiance now, so that way I can go Dragonlord Ojutai into River's Rebuke if I need to. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of scoffed at the. Oh, there's Pock. I kind of scoffed at the idea of the early access for content creators because I was like, well, one, I'm not gonna have anything I can really do with it because my main format is Brawl, right? But then not Modern Horizons, Pioneer Masters came out, and I was like, okay, this is a format I would have actually liked the streamer privilege of learning, so that way I could just spike draft. Like, that is a very real thing. If I go Guardian Idol, I should puke on this turn. If they have a Languish, I'm going to cry. Languish Shoulder to eat it. Oh, nope. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. An absolute. My hubris. Watch this. It's just gonna be shoulders. Yep, it's Shoulders Edict. I shouldn't have played Ojutai. What was I thinking? That's pretty much the only reason I would do the early access, I think, is to just spike draft. I'm also not sure how likely I would be to get the early access to begin with, considering that I only stream once a week currently. Growl Crackling Wit. Red Blue Spellslinger. Contingency's not bad here. I'm kind of I like the Negate best. The Unwind also means that we just have a much easier time getting spells to resolve. I don't hate this, but I do kind of want cheaper interaction. Solitude with the contingency means that we can actually Solitude at all. It's just gonna like drop a bunch of people. I need to grab a card that's better. Stubborn Denial can help out a lot with the old Counterspell Wars. Solitary Defiance is not nothing. Let's lead on Command Tower, just in case we need to Stubborn Denial. A Brainstorm. That worth fighting over? I think it's worth denying them the card selection if they kept their hand on the strength of being able to like draw 3, shuffle, fetch land, reset their hand. Go ahead, play out the Iganjo, play out the Arcane Signet, no pause. And hostilities probably isn't going to matter too much here, unless it does. Power toughness equal number instants and sorceries in your graveyard, and then they're cheaper to cast. I might pitch the end hostilities just to play Solitude then. 3, we play the Celestis. I think we're playing the Farmland. Or let's play the Celestis. Play Solitude. Exile the hostilities to make sure that they don't just get to keep their spell slingers. If they're playing like the Burgi style Storm, where they want to play all their creatures together, then I'm pretty happy about that. This is a scenario where I do wish I had my Stubborn Denial again. Crackle.
You get to be my protege today.
I'll surveil at the end of the turn. If they decide to Tails End that, not the worst. Alright, so they are just going to try and draw through their entire deck. Remember, he does alt at 10. Okay.
Another genius idea by Raul Zarek.
Draw 3, discard 2, unless he wants to make another otter. He is going to make another otter. Okay.
Thanks for the helping paw.
I wouldn't put it past him to have like some sort of combat trick. Like a team or battle rage would actually be devastating. 2 mana open. Definitely looking for some sort of action. Counter spells interaction. Go ahead, we play Solitary Defiance. You only trigger when you hit a, fortunately. But with Solitary Defiance, we do get to just completely fill our hand. So, go combat. And I am A-okay with swinging at Rao to just keep them off. Into the...
Well, gotta work with what's available.
I guess there's a reason to play Counterspell beforehand in case they have their own Solitary or Stubborn Denial. Stubborn Denial to go with whatever they do. And yeah, we need to keep Rao down. Ooh. Path to Exile, slip out the back. Are they going to be playing Ras? They might not be. I think I'd rather hold on to the... Oh, slip out the back actually doubles as removal. Bandit Queen, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I think I'm okay with dropping the path, actually. Alright, so we set Rao back just a little bit. Now we have slip out the back, so we can go ahead and block. And then if they... that's still not great. Hold on, is this targeting... Is...
I am confident this will work.
Alright, well, we get a bird, I guess. Another otter.
You get to be my protege today.
Put a count on a creature. Phases out. How dangerous is this? Am I still afraid of getting team or battle raged? Alright. Okay, they don't swing in. I'll take that. We take that. Alright, let's go combat. Swing in. Not having the extra mana, though. Oh, wait, hold on. What? As long as you control exactly what... Oh, it's all turned... Oh! Oh my god, this only works if I have exactly one creature, and the bird fucking messes that up. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Okay. I'm gonna drop the Mind Stone, I think. Alright, here's Narset. You can grab to Fairy. Pass the turn. How am I doing? I was doing a lot better before I forgot that this bird is actually going to mess up Solitary Defiance. That is an interaction I did not foresee. But now they have to swing at Narset unless they just happen to have...
I am confident this will work.
I must stay focused.
Damn otters. Alright, well, at least I get to block with a bird.
I have reached my...
And we do get the Time Warp, so there is that.
Another genius idea by Raul Zarek.
Draw 2 cards. He's at 9. I am perpetually fighting against fate here.
I am.
Oh, they got the 10, so they can ult him.
This isn't over.
Alright, so the upside is that
Back home,
that,
I'm called the Storm's Conduit.
that only works if they get to actually do anything. Day of Judgment is... Teferi Time Traveler. Also kind of a real card. I kind of want to hold on to Tail's End so we can stop any sort of trigger. If we can stop the Storm trigger, that's fantastic. Day of Judgment with Mithril's Coat. You have to drop the day. And let's see. That would give us 4 mana to work with Midnight Clock. Grab Plaza. Play Plaza. Ah, swords. Take a couple more cards. Hey, Cleansing Nova. Now we just get to like draw 2 cards. Memory Lapse. Nefarious Contingency. What? I'm tempted to take the land. I am really tempted to take the land. Because then that gives us... I guess we have Unwind already.
Let's slow this down. Let's try this.
And then there's a Guardian Idol. Alright, so we will Tails End whatever big spell they cast. We'll Unwind first. Professional Face Breaker. You don't want to cast anything before they have a chance to cast anything like huge, because that just adds to the storm count if they have any sort of backup. Ooh, that is a dirty, 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 dirty card. First things first, I need to counter this original. Alright, that lets me untap, untap, untap. And now we're going to go ahead and counter the storm trigger. And then... so whatever they cast next is going to be like fucking huge. Cast the blockers. Block here. What are they going to do about it? Oh, they can't do anything at instant speed. Wait, no, that's during our turn. Okay, so like... how big can they get it? And is it a problem if Teferi dies? Don't think it is. I think I'm fine with Teferi dying.
Now what?
Like, as long as Ojutai sticks around, we're fine. And I don't know if a deck like this is necessarily running Storm's Wrath. They don't have the mana for Storm's Wrath. Storm. What is the Storm count? I cast 3 spells? They've already burned their Grape Shot? Cleansing Wildfire would have actually been like an amazing card to end that on. Okay, then. Bully for us. I'll go ahead and drop the Guardian Idol off the solitary trigger. Yeah, still dropping that because the Wrath of the God's a white card we can pitch to Otherworldly Light. Ooh, Lofty Denial's a good one. Yeah, I think we grab the Lofty Denial. Counter Magic makes this difficult. This is 3. Let's go ahead and do this on... I'm trying to think. I don't want to do this on their turn. I want to hold up the swords. This way we have plenty of interaction to drop. They could try going with a light the fire, but I don't think that quite works the way they want it to. They cast non-creature spells as though they had flash. Alright. I can counter one thing that they do. Unless they very specifically have other things they want to do. I don't know. That stone rain was that cleansing fire was scary as hell. Okay. We can disdainful stroke. Let's disdainful stroke. Because whatever they cast nest, yeah, the lofty denial is just not gonna work. Okay, we weathered that storm. Fantastic. That's a GG for Ojutai. Hold on. I just need to take a second to like burn this into my memory. You never really think that a card like Ravenform is suddenly going to have interaction against Solitary Defiance, like anything like that. But thank you, Brony Man, for turning me on to Solitary Defiance when we were working on the Geist of Saint draft. This is actually just like a stupidly cracked card. Gotta make sure to fill the sippies. My mother-in-law gave me a giant... What is this? What is this? A liter and a half? I'm gonna say. Say somewhere. You think it? Also gotta be careful because if I start looking at the bottom, I might accidentally pour water all over my desk. But wouldn't that just be a shame? Wouldn't that be an awful, awful shaming and clippable moment? I'll say this. Hilda is a much more artisan and cool blue-white deck, I think. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty good doing some bullying here. I feel shamingly good. Elenda, Saint of Dusk. So Elenda's interesting because she has pro white. No, she has pro hexproof from instance. So she still dies a Raz in a deck like this. Pretty wide. Alright, chat, say goodnight to wife. Night, wife. Alright. Lofty Denial is soft permission that can help us out a lot. Mystical Dispute is better against the blue matchup, but I don't really like the Time Walks in our hand right this second. This might be enough to keep them off our backs for the first couple of turns. Go ahead, drop the Arid Mesa so we can go ahead and surveil for our next play. Alright, well, they might have a cheeky Reprimand or a Mana Tithe. Oh, Archivist of Ogma! Alright, that's cute. Yep, okay. Starfall Invocation. That is a card I would like to hold on to and build towards. We already have Final Showdown, that's true. And the Archivist will, in fact, just beat us to death if we let it go for too long. Lofty Denial no longer counters whatever they play. Blind Obedience. That is such a... Oh, that is really... Fortunately, being on the draw like this makes this really bad. Because now Ojutai just gets hit by literally all the removal that they're sandbagging. This is not how I wanted this to go. I'm gonna pass the turn because I need to hold up mana. Drop the Sunder, and I think we're the furthest away from being able to cast that. Yeah, we're just gonna get beat to death by a 2/2 here. We desperately need to make sure we hit lands. Because missing that land sucks. Oh, that is unfathomably cruel. Alright, we'll just save everyone the heartache and just concede now. I already had the final showdown in hand. I definitely should have pitched away the Wrath. Deck is incredibly simple. I'm just not patient enough to play control. Especially if I have to play against Admiral Brass Unsinkable. That seems like it's going to be a mulligan down to... Farewell is a pretty good one. Rhystic Study actually pulls us back. Could potentially miscast as well. I think the Rhystic Study helps us out. Plus, we have the Soul Partition specifically to set Admirable Brass back. I mean, like, I would think that if any deck would love to play against a control deck, it'd be Admiral Brass because play so many low-cost aggressive pirates that you really get to get under what the control deck wants to do. Still ticking. Mythweaver Puck. I keep forgetting to change my avatar. I need to change my avatar. Okay, so this time we're going first. Orbit gets Puck. We'll have Stubborn Denial and Counterspell. Ropa gets mono green. I don't think Puck bothers with Winter Moon, typically. It's usually the decks that want to be more aggressive or more controlling in monocolor that go that way. Like, Puck can. Just trying to figure out what the value of the Stubborn Denial and Narset here are. It's 2 fetch lands. I think I'm gonna try and dig for spot removal and a Wrath. Okay, that's perfect. Then we can go ahead and go Windswept Heath into Cave of the Frost Giant Dragon. That way we can hold up Memory Lapse, try and buy us some time. That's Delighted Halfling. Memory Lapse is not going to be effective here. Let's go ahead and grab... See if we can dig for Teferi Time Travel. Teferi bounces. I don't think he's what we want in this matchup. Let's see, we can get lost. It's only if it's legendary. I'm trying to think. Having the holding up the Memory Lapse means stopping a 2-drop. Get lost, potentially get rid of Pock. They tried to go for a Cultivate, then the Memory Lapse is a lot better. I think there's a case either way. Main phase get lost, so that way they don't have like a random Nissa that can't be countered. But then I guess at that point we'd want to counter the Nissa anyway. Limps the Core. Now I have to decide if I'm willing to use the Ambush as removal or not. Decision did not have to be made. You can just go ahead and get lost to Halfling. Now the Memory Lapse is a real card. Rhystic Study. Okay. If I think there's a real chance that they play Autumn Veil, then... Well, I don't have a second blue source anyway. Okay, so there's a memory lapse. All that does is buy us another turn. Go ahead and drop the Rustic Study next turn. Looted Delta, you are my savior. And next turn we have Cleansing Nova to set him back again. Ooh, they're just gonna hard cast. Okay. Because they, I mean, that does accelerate them quite a bit. Do a land off that, specifically a prairie stream, so I'll go ahead and grab my forest. Ah, okay. Specifically holding up the wooded foothills. We can Cleansing Nova now. They already have like a ass load of mana. Okay. Wrath of God. That's gonna be the case. Well, Wrath of God now. I'm sensing heroic? No. Not just yet. Cleansing Nova next turn. We do get to draw another card off of this. Because they really want to be able to crack those footed hills. Like, you're doubling the Cryptic Caves, then why give me the extra draw for that? Okay. I guess because they wanted to double the land on this turn, which is like, hey, that's probably fine. Clock is, in fact, enormous. Slip out the back. Okay, so what I'm thinking is currently I can Cleansing Nova, but that doesn't necessarily accomplish anything. What I do here is Dragon Lord Ojutai. You slip out the back to make Ojutai a blocker. That way we don't just take massive damage. Alternatively, we play Ojutai, slip out the back during our second main phase next turn, and then Cleansing Nova, so that way they have to reset. And we potentially get another creature for our trouble. Yeah, you can't activate the map at instant speed. That is not how that works. Alright, Pock is big. Last March of the Ants can't be countered. So... oh, we get the draw. Oh, nope, they actually paid the 1 this time. Yep, they get the draw 12. They get to put any number of creatures in play. This Cleansing Nova has the chance to get some insane value. They do get to... nothing off Sylvala just yet. I think this also means I'm taking the 12 if they swing it with Pock, because I need to hold on to Ojutai. Luke, thank you so much for stopping by for our weekly Brawl streams. Holding on to miscasts for heroic intervention also seems really important. Although the Dispel kind of handles that primarily. Mana's not the bottleneck. I need to like start hitting Wrath after Wrath after Wrath just to keep up with whatever it is they're gonna drop. They've only got 4 mana currently. They've already played Pock. Pock swings in. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this. And then hopefully Ojutai gets going and can find like a Shadow Spear to get that life back. What are you? Oh no, you just discarding down to size? Okay. That was a lot of lands. Go ahead. Play the Snow-Covered Island. Ojutai is going to be a little exposed here, but as long as they don't have like a crazy fight spell, you're okay. Let the Ristic Study resolve first. don't think I want you to cast that. I also think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I've got enough. Now, if we hit a time warp, even better. Stubborn Denial, that's not a time warp. We will take that since that does just protect us from fights. Alright, wipe away their creatures. See if we can... wait. No. You know what? I messed it up. They still just have the lair, the Hydra? I'm at 7 life, and they've opted to play their commander. The opponent missed lethal. Like, by all rights, I am supposed to be dead right now. Yeah, like, I am not supposed to be alive right now. The opponent just factually missed lethal. Solitude doesn't get us there. You know what? Let's stick to our outs. Like, I've got Stubborn now for, like, literally whatever they could play. If I was to cantrip Time Warp into Time Warp, that would just be, like, the punish of all time. Unfortunately, it is not the punish of all time. Render Silent has unfortunately decided to grace us today. Trying to think if there's a way that we could potentially get out of this, because we can hardcast the Solitude. Nissa does double all their mana, but if they don't have anything to do with that mana, then it's not really an issue. We also have Render Silent, but not enough mana to actually utilize it. It's tricky. I guess I pass the turn, see what they do. It's like, I can play the Solitude. Okay, that's just gonna Finale of Devastation for 10. Let's think about this. I can play the Render Silent. 3 mana. Then I die. So this has to be a Stubborn Denial. They swing out. Okay, they're gonna play Godfarer's Statue instead of 20. I actually can't let that stay. Rather, I can't let it resolve before I do anything else. So let's go ahead and Solitude. We'll get rid of the Forest. Because now we have a blocker for Pock. Like, I definitely should have been dead by now. I am still in this game for some reason.
The land fights for us.
That's a 3/3 bushwhack. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll shut up because the opponent has lethal now. Okay, there we go. They actually had the presence of mind to go ahead and swing. GG. Needed to get just a little bit lucky there to catch up, but it's fine. I don't know that there's a sequencing in there that would have gotten around that. Bushwhack being a fight spell is a little... Marry a Scholar of Antiquity. This is an kind of like malaria. What was it? Bluefish artifact. I keep messing up her name. Malaria or something like that. Taps untapped non-token artifacts to make mana, and then taps untapped non-token artifacts to exile the top card to play them. So like very much a Bobble Egg Storm style card. Brawl decks have been struggling. I'm sorry to hear that, guy. Let's see. Stubborn Dial, memory lapse. The memory lapse kind of provides us without. The Stubborn Dial means we can go ahead and hit their big thing. Well, Starfall, Invocation, and Farewell aren't first. Drop probably the Waste next. We gave up short-term interaction for hopefully long-term stability. Bonesaw, yeah, these are the kinds of zero-cost cards that they're going to play. Just a bunch of incidental, cheap artifacts with some random upside. So now as soon as they play Maria on turn 2, they're instantly going to cantrip an extra mana. Hitting the Day of Judgments. And because we are on the play, that means that dropping Maria... Oh, they were playing Veil of Summer. Okay. There's the Tormod's Crypt. We're fine taking the one up. Chandler. Make sure to play the Snow-Covered Plains this turn, very specifically. They have the 3 mana to play Mira. I could render silent this. Because if I do that, she doesn't get to just like instantly draw. And this does give me a chance to draw into more counter magic. It means that I'm not forced to use Day of Judgment right away. Alright, go ahead and play the Cold Steel Heart. Now it's going to take more reasons to go ahead and play Myria. In the meantime, they might play some more Mana Dorks. Dropping the Cold Steel Heart is kind of a sacrifice I'm willing to make in exchange for playing the Farewell. Ooh, Mana Drain helps out. I could also play Dragon Lord's Oak. I could also play the Dragon Lord out this turn. Then we Starfall Invocation. Alternatively, I have the Mana Drain. And the Mana Drain just makes that so much easier. Can't deny. Alright, so we get the 3 extra mana there. We'll take that. Dragon Raid Chandler is currently a 1/1. It's waiting for that 3rd creature card type. Cloudstone Key. Okay. Well. Oh, if they're just going to go ahead and go all out like that, then yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Farewell here. You know what? Graveyards, creatures, artifacts, and yeah, enchantments. So now you have a 7-cost commander, and you're playing off the top of your deck. Meanwhile, I just need 1 more land, and I get to play my commander. Yeah, I'd say that we got all the fun tonight. Look, sometimes you just need to give yourself the space to bully people. Sometimes you need the space to assert your dominance in ways that other people would call degeneracy. But hey, you know what? If they wanted to play Magic, then you should really try playing blue. Just now. Right. Switching this from Galadriel to Sarah, because that was what I was using for my avatar before stuff. I had something clever. I had something clever for the whole, fun is quantitative and all that. But I lost it in the sauce. Feels bad. Feels bad to have like a bit brewing And then you're like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Ah, I missed it. I missed it. You know what? You got to play the Omniscient Sleeve. I really feel like the Wilds of Eldraine sleeves are like hands down some of the best sleeves they've given. I'm not a huge fan of the character sleeves. I played way too many Bushy Road games for the character sleeves to hold any sway over me. The anime art's kind of cute though. I did get these ones. I love the art on these. Just haven't really been playing enough Black to utilize them. By the way, I hope everyone is ready for Aetherdrift to come out next week. I know I am. Might even see if we have the capacity to just maybe do a little bit of an earlier stream. Also, hello Davriel, Soul Broker, aka Soul Broken, aka oh, this is gonna be hell in a handbasket for me. The rafts are gonna do like just about nothing. The brainstorm makes this a little easier. I think I'll hold on to the brains. Alright, so we get Thought Seized. What's the worst that happens? They take the brainstorm? They probably just take the Epiphany, right? There isn't like any strong interaction here. Like the best thing about this hand is that it has 3 guaranteed lands plus the brainstorm to kind of reset everything and fix it. If I lose the brainstorm, I'm stuck with like 3 cards that don't do anything. I think I have to throw it back. Alright, if we go with this, we definitely drop the ambush. Drop the ambush first thing so that way they don't just Thoughtseize a land out of our hand. File of Galadriel would go really, really far towards making this playable. Don't have anything for Slip Out the Back. Ideally, we can drop Narset next turn. Alright, so there's Cold Steelheart. Alright. Speak and she will give. Narset's going to be really hard for them to, you know... What am I talking about? They're playing mono black. It's probably... Captain Souls isn't really going to do a whole lot, but like, hey, it is land. The Unstoppable Slasher. I don't know that I've actually seen artifact or creature card. I lose File of Galadriel. That sucks. Find me March of Otherworldly Light. Think. Put you on Dragon. And then pass the turn, I guess. I could end up playing... If I play Elspeth and give Ojutai a... Wow, that's rude. Wow, that is incredibly rude. I could put the Memory Lapse on top, though. Okay, so... Let's go ahead and march and not exile. Because now they have to make a meaningful choice. They might take the Memory Lapse, or they might just take the Elspeth that's going to come down next turn. They could take it. Oh, they are taking the Trespass. Okay. Fine with that. It's an issue because we need to get the 7 to protect Ojutai. Again, if they have like an Edict, if they have any sort of Wrath effect, that's just going to make keeping our Dragon safe a lot harder. Well, they have that draw effect. Look at the top 7, put a permanent card mana value of 3 or less from them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. I would love to hold up to the Memory Lapse for that. Maybe I was supposed to play the Flooded Strand instead of the basic island. This is on a creature. Elspeth can ramp this. I'm gonna wait till next turn. Alright, so there's the memory lapse. Yep. Now we get to... There's a negate. We're pretty happy about that. Crack you now for lanes. Mono black. Davriel is absolutely the kind of asshole that wants to play Winter Orb. So they can go ahead and play Davriel. I can't stop that. Alright, Signet. Yep, that's not cool. Sholdred. Each opponent sacrifices a token of our choice. And mana drain just for me? You shouldn't have. I do this. I'm kind of hoping that we just get to spike a land. Time Warp is kind of like a land. I will gladly high roll Time Warp. Yep, that gets us another redraw. I could have played the Elspeth in that scenario. What is this? This is 5 mana. Only activate if we have 8 or more cards in our graveyard. We currently have 8. Means that you flip for each creature, destroy target creature or planeswalker they control. That's frustrating. That is really frustrating. 4, 6, 7. Put a counter from among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance. And this is only 5 mana. We had the land in hand. I should have played Elspeth first, so that way they couldn't target Ojutai. So now we have to think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll potentially have 9 next turn.
I won't let a few thugs threaten this. This is my city, and I'm going to protect it.
Okay, so the downside here is that I should have thought about the fact that mana drain can counter some things. Whoops.
Retreat isn't a reason.
But for 5 mana, now they get to destroy Ojutai. What's this part 2? Each player discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. So I actually just lose everything. That was an incredible punt. Discards the 3 cards. If I hold on to the Marsh Flats, I can hold on to the mana drain, but then I lose everything else. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call that done. That was such a costly punt. That's how you know we're like getting to the end of the stream. I think I got like 1 more, and then we'll call it good. Because if we play the land beforehand, so we can play the Elspeth, then Ojutai gets vigilance, and they just never touch Ojutai ever again. Unless they very specifically have a negate. Like, they can go ahead and transform the Sholdred anyway to deal with Elspeth, but the damage has already been done. Cutsel's a problem. Cutsel actually is the antithesis of control. Can't cast spells during your turn. And then whenever any creatures that are big come in, they get to draw cards. It's rough. We have a Wrath of God. That kind of helps. Get to Cold Steel Heart to play that on turn 3. Brainstorm potentially helps us out a bit. If I was to just go by vibes and the initial premise for this matchup, I would say that it is in fact very, very, very bad for us. Hopefully this brainstorm fixes that. We don't want trespass. Showdown is kind of cool. Think of the Stupor helps out a little bit later. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not actually gonna. We're gonna be Storm. We did not draw any fetch lands to our deck. So we'll go ahead. We'll put that on blue. Pass the turn. Next turn we have to Wrath of God. And then we're just trying to build up so that way we can final showdown. This is already sent. There's Cutzel. We're only taking the 3 here, so this is really more just to slow them down. Anything else? Player of Cultivation sacrificing the Cobra. That makes this next play significantly worse. This is the play that we have to make. Ask not what your wrath can do for you, but ask when are you the correct time to play. Beladar's Retreat is actually really problematic. Negate, you are just a turn too late. This gets a 3/3 counter. Just no good time to play you. Double blue for that. We could try playing Dragonlord Ojutai. You want to be at 5, 6, 7. We're currently at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the next turn. Maybe 5 as is, 6 as is. It's dicey. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Replicating Ring because we can sink into the Stupor to try and buy it another turn. And that is 4, 5, 6, 7. That makes a lot of cats. If we can deal with that turn, maybe I'm going to bounce it. Alright, they have the Incubation Druid. No lands. Replicating Arena is now online and ticking. Here's Ojutai. The Path to Exile is... I have to be careful with this one, because it is going to trigger their Felidar Retreat. And then we can't cast anything with Cutzel on the stack. Probably Path the Incubation Druid, maybe. We're also going to keep in mind that Dragonlord Ojutai is going to have to dig for our land. 3, 5, 6. Absolutely needs to be 7. Alright, so that's Sarah Peril. We get to recast the Cobra. I'm gonna have to path the Paragon just so that way Ojutai can get through. Yep. Oh, this can tap for more mana. I'm actually kind of okay with that, because if they drop more creatures out, that is more good for us. So, like, yeah, that's Path to Exile. We need to hit untapped land. Make another cat. You get to or buff. I think you want to cat. You. Mindstone is not what we want. The Wandering Emperor. All creatures lose all abilities. This is 6 currently. Absolutely countering that. Especially now that I know they don't have anything else currently. Cave of the Frost Dragon is not what I want, but I will take a... But a mana drain doesn't hurt. Alright, so this is going to be big punchies. Why we can't let you have that. Oh wait, hold on. This can't be countered. Your opponent... Oh, hold on. You use the Cavernous Souls on it. Which means... I'm in danger. That is actually bad for me. Like, we get to cast the final showdown next turn, but I am going to pay for this in blood. Yep. You get to make Tat. I am taking 7 to the face here. I'm sorry. 9 to the face. I'm sorry. 11 to the face. I forgot that I had that Cavernous Souls. They draw 1 card. As long as it's not removal, I am okay. And that is pretty good. Nothing has... Off the top of their deck, they could have drawn to fairies. I have... How many cards in my graveyard? I have 5? I have 5. That reduces this cost from 11 down to 6. I think I play the land, regardless. I do get to Temporal Trespass at least. Miscast. If they have any sort of instant interaction, I want miscast. Otherwise, it might just be a Marsh Flats just to make sure that gets thinned out. I only have to exile the 3? No. Gotta storm it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Need to exile 1 more. Whoops. Please don't tell me you had instant speed interaction. I might be holding priority because of the Prismatic Vista. Farewell is a pretty nice bond. Alright, go ahead. Hit you for 5 more. Dovin's Veto. I don't mind that. Cutzel's probably the one that play though. Hold on, how much mana we currently have? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Currently, this is 7. I'm gonna grab the Veto. Alright, go ahead. Turn the Marsh Flats into a basic. Turn that into a shock. And then... Okay, like this. Alright. So, they still get a cat off the Felidar retreat. They still get to recast Cutzel as well. any cats that they play, any, I can't do anything about. But that's only if they cast one cat a turn. Bristly Bill. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot let you have Bristly Bill. You are free to cast your commander if you want. Except you don't have the mana for your commander, so gotta be whatever you have in your hand. But whatever you have in your hand is not instant speed. It could be a Wrath. It could in fact be nothing. Or at the very least, not enough to pull you out of Dragonlord Ojutai, make it a comeback. And then next turn, what we can even do is we can go ahead and Farewell, wipe away both of the enchantments. GG's Gutzel, that was close. That was really close. It might have been a land in their hand. That actually would have been really problematic for us. And we did get the level up on to end the night, so that's pretty great. And we got a mythic. We got a mythic that I already have. Fortunate. If that happens. Crying, sobbing, coping. Alright, so we got some fun bully times in. Honestly, deck feels nice and solid. I don't really have any notes other than I literally built this to make it so that way Ojutai is the only creature, because Ojutai is the only creature that we need. And that we wanted to run as many Wraths and Time Walks as we could. Yeah, I'm missing at least one because I'm missing the temporal manipulation. Then I'm also missing the time. It's not time. It's Expropriate. This is for each time vote, take an extra turn. For each money vote, gain control of a permanent. So yeah, that's one card that I would like to get for this. Although that's really expensive. Not sure how I actually feel about that. And then Time Stop is kind of like a time. Take an extra turn. Strictly speaking, I guess we could run Metabuy. Temporal Manipulation is the only one I'm not running that extra. Yeah. Yeah. If you can actually like chain together all of the different time warp effects, then that's actually really funny. And the opponent tends to scoop pretty quickly. But yeah. As always, deck list is going to be on my Moxfield. You can go ahead and do !point Mox if you want to check it out. Let's go ahead and close out the YouTubes. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and see about rating. We'll be back on Friday.